Hey everybody on YouTube, this Fire Phoenix here, and today I'm not going to do a long, drawn out live stream. I want to do something to help. Hey everybody on YouTube, this Fire Phoenix here, and today I'm not going to. I want to do something to help people deal with this heat that's going to be going to right now. Help them get cooled off, help them stay healthy, help them to enjoy it, not to be like, oh God, it's heat again. So let's do this. I want to help people out here. I've been trying to help people out. Let's do this with some good tips. Okay? Let's start off with wearing appropriate clothing. What we should do as a whole, as a people, is use lightweight, light color, loose fitting clothing. Because if you wear something that's skin tight, you're not going to be comfortable in that with the heat. You're not going to be, comfortable. You're going to be like, God, this is too hot. I need to. You want something that'll give you some breathing. You have your body breathe. You know. The next tip I want to tell you is staying cool. Is to stay cool indoors. Now, stay. What we need to do is stay in with the air conditioned place as much as possible. If your home doesn't have air conditioning, you can either go to a shopping mall or public library. Even a few hours spent in air conditioning can help your body stay cooler when you go back into the heat. You can call your local health department to see if there's any heat relief shelters in your area, which I don't know if you has one, but that's something that they could do. But keep in mind, this is important. Electric fans may provide some comfort, but when temperature gets in the high 90s, they will not prevent heat-related illnesses. But you can also take a cool shower or bath, or move to an air-conditioned place. Is way better, much better way to cool off. Use your stove and oven less to maintain a cooler temperature in your home. Now, I didn't know that one myself. But yeah, the next thing I want to help with is one thing you could also do to schedule outdoor activities carefully. Try to limit your outdoor activities to when it's coolest, like in the mornings. I'm going to say before 10 o'clock maybe, or in the evening hours, maybe around 6, 7, and rest often in a shade area so that your body has a chance to recover. Because you don't want to go out there, you don't want to play some badminton, you don't want to go out there and play some football, whatever, and it'd be really hot. The next thing, and this is important too, is to pace yourself. Cut down on exercise during the heat if you're not accustomed to working or exercising in a hot environment. Start slow and pick up the pace gradually. Don't go out there like a running bull and charge up and try to get, like, I gotta get this done. Take your time. It's going to be there. Stop all it. If exertion in the heat makes your heart pound and leaves you gasping for breath, stop. Main work. Stop all activity. Get into a cool area or into the shade and rest. Especially if you become lightheaded, confused, weak, or even faint. Wear sunscreen. That's what a lot of people need to do. If you're out in the heat, wear you some sunscreen. Sunburn affects your body's ability to cool down and make you dehydrated. If you must go outdoors, protect yourself from the sun by wearing a wide brim hat, sunglasses, and by putting on sunscreen of SPF 15 or higher 30 minutes prior to going out. Now, continue to reapply according to the package directions on the sunscreen. Now, this is a very important tip of people that wear sunscreen. I did not know this myself. To look for sunscreens that say broad spectrum or UVA/UVB protection on their labels. These products work best. And I've seen it on the news so many times, and I'm sure a lot of y'all out there have too. This is very important. Do not leave children in cars because cars can quickly heat up to dangerous temperatures, even with the window cracked open. While anyone left in a parked car is at risk, children are especially at risk of getting a heat stroke or dying. When traveling with children, remember to do the three following things I'm going to give you. Excuse me. First thing, never leave infants, children, or pets in a parked car, even if the windows are cracked open, because that's very dangerous. Second thing, to remind yourself that a child is in the car, keep a stuffed animal in the car seat. When the child is buckled in, place a stuffed animal in front with the driver. I've never thought of that, but that is a good idea. That says a child is in the car or children's in the car. Third thing, when leaving your car, check to be sure everyone is out of the car. Do not overlook any children who have fallen asleep in the car, which little kids, they're going to, when you go driving down the road, they hear music, they're going to fall asleep. You know, that is a really good, piece of information. Now, here's one I know already, all of you didn't know. Avoid hot or heavy meals because they will add the heat to your body. Like say you want a burger, okay? Get something. Don't eat something heavy. It weigh you down. It would add that heat in there, and be like, God, I'm even hotter. Another thing is to honestly keep this in mind. Stay hydrated. Drink plenty of fluids. Drink more fluids, regardless how active you are. Don't wait until you're thirsty to drink. This is a warning if you own water pills. If your doctor limits you to the amount you drink or has put you on water pills, ask how much you should drink while the weather is hot. And this is the second one. Stay away from very sugary or alcoholic drinks because they actually cause you to lose more body fluid. Also, avoid very cold drinks because they can cause stomach cramps. Replace salt and minerals. Now, heavy sweating removes minerals from the body that need to be replaced. A sports drink can replace the salt and minerals you need while you sweat. Running or doing anything active and you sweat and get your sports drink or something. Now, if you're on a low salt diet, have diabetes, high blood pressure, or other chronic conditions, talk to your doctor before you start drinking a sports beverage or taking salt tablets. And this is a very important tip for us that has pets. Keep your pets hydrated. Provide plenty of fresh water for your pets and leave your water in a shaded area. I have not seen that. One thing that everybody has a television, I'm sure everybody has a radio or something. Stay informed. Check for updates. Check your local news for extreme heat alerts and safety tips and to learn about any cooling shelters in your area. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you some of the symptoms of heat-related illnesses and how to treat them. Okay, this is all going to be in like heat stroke, heat cramps, sunburn, in categories. This first category is for heat stroke. Now, what you look for heat stroke, one of the things you look for is high body temperature, which is 100 degrees, 103 degrees Fahrenheit or higher. What you do, and or dry, damp skin. These are all the things you look for first. Fast, strong pulse, a headache, dizziness, nausea, confusion, and losing consciousness or quote passing out. Now these are things you do when you find any of those. One, you call 911 right away. Heat stroke is a medical emergency. The second thing you do, move the person to a cooler place. If you move them to a or her to a cooler place. This is the third thing you do. Help lower the person's temperature with a cool cloth or a cool bath. If you can move them to the bathtub or move them somewhere where it has, let me do it this way. If I can get this here, there we go. This out here. Share my screen. Okay. Okay. Make sure it shows it. Perfect. And the last thing for a heat stroke is do not give the person anything. If they ask, do not give them nothing to drink. Now, let's move on to heat exhaustion. Showing. Okay. I'll do this again. Why it's not showing. Go. Check it out here. Okay, why is it not showing? It goes. It's not. Anyway, my thing's messing up on me, so I will read them. For heat exhaustion, what to look? These are key signs to look for on heating exhaustion. First thing is heavy sweating. They could be constantly sweating like buckets. You know. The second thing is cold, pale, and clammy skin. Third thing is fast, weak pulse. The next thing could be nausea, vomiting. The next thing is tiredness or weakness, muscle cramps, dizziness, a headache, or fainting. Now, what you can do is first thing with heat exhaustion, you move them to a cool place, okay? Or you move to a cool place. The second thing is you loosen your clothes. Gets tight, you loosen them up. Third thing is you put cool wet cloth on your body or take a cool bath. You know, like one of them cool, neck or whatever. And another thing, you sip water. You don't guzzle it, you sip it. Now you get medical help right away if you're throwing up, your symptoms get worse, your symptoms last longer than 1 hour. Okay. Now, the things to do for heat cramps is what you look for is heavy sweating during the intense exercise or muscle pain or spasms. Now, what you can do for that is stop all physical activity and move to a cool place. Drink water or a sports drink. Wait for cramps to go away before you do any more physical activity. Or now, get medical help right away if these three things happen. Your cramps last longer for an hour. You're on a low sodium diet. Or you have heart problems. Now, a sunburn may be a little different. This is what you look for people that have sunburn. Painful, red, and warm skin, or blisters on the skin. I'm sure a lot of people get the blisters. You know, if you ain't been in the sun, you get blisters. This is what to do for them if it gets that bad. Stay out of the sun until your sunburn heals. Put on cool clothes on a sunburned area. Take a cool bath. Put moisturizing lotion on sunburned areas. And do not break the blisters. Do not do it. Okay. The last thing I'm talking about on this heat rashes, which are red clusters of small blisters that look like pimples on the skin, usually on the neck, chest, groin, and elbow creases. Three things you can do for those. One, stay in a cool, dry place. You notice staying cool is a main key here. Two, keep the rash dry. Or three, use powder like baby powder to soothe the rash. Now, another thing is use a buddy system. Now, Kobe, I've heard, not right now. I've heard some things. That's all I will say. This is not the stream. When working in the heat, monitor your condition of your co-workers and have someone do the same for you. Heat-induced illness can cause a person to become confused or lose consciousness. If you're 65 years older, have a friend or relative call to check on you twice a day during a heat wave. If you know someone in this age group, check on them at least twice a day. Now you can monitor those people with a higher risk. Although anyone at any time can suffer heat-related illness, some people are at greater risk than others. Infants and children. People 65 over 30 doing work or exercise. And last but not least, people who are physically ill, especially with heart disease, high blood pressure, or who take certain medications such as for depression, insomnia, and poor circulation. Now, visit adults at risk at least twice a day and more closely watch them for signs of heat exhaustion or heat stroke. Infants and young children, of course, need much more frequency. No, I've just seen, I don't want to do this. I've seen heard some things from a thing I watched, but you didn't do nothing. Maybe next time, okay? This is a help stream. I don't want to get up there here and start doing things I've heard, but I've heard some things from somebody, and I don't know if they're true yet. So give me a little bit. If you have Twitter, hit me up on there. That's all I can say. But this is a stream for helping people beat the heat. You didn't do nothing to me. Just I want to ask you about it before I go with anything. So everyone, I hope this helps. I hope this makes your summer maybe a little bearable. So, as I'm going to say, Fire Phoenix signing off. Kobe, hit me up on Twitter if you got one. I want to ask you this, not on the street. Is that okay? But, like I said, everybody, have a good day. Stay safe out there. Stay cooled off. I'll talk to you later.